All right. Hello. I think we're good. Yes. I'm gonna mute that and see. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Here we are at the end. Hello, Evan. What's up, dude? Over 100K. JC Scott. Love you guys. How confident do we feel about 120? I don't know, but whatever. Hello from Japan. Yes. Okay. Let me get situated here. So Michael, let's get this party started. I thought it'd be fun to just hang out for a couple hours while the campaign winds down. This is crazy. It's crazy. Love the art style. Thank you very much. Nice work. I feel like this whole thing I'm gonna be like a little I don't know, maybe I'm a little fried at this point. It's been a long, wonderful month of crowdfunding. There's a lot of things that went how I thought they would go, and there's a lot of things I learned, and it's all been extremely cool. Yeah, I saw the Professor Dungeon Master video. That was really nice of him to do that, and say such nice things too. Let's see, where am I? Let me get in the camera here. Congrats, thank you. I'm gonna say thank you about 10 million times. Yeah. Kickstarter really popped off towards the end. Yeah. So I guess the common, not common knowledge, when I was researching and learning about how to run a Kickstarter and everything, the thing that people always say is that the campaign, in terms of dollars and backers and everything, is split up into thirds. The first third happens in the first 72 hours. The second third, it happens in the middle, what would it be? 25 days or whatever it is. And then the last third happens in the last 3 days. Yeah. So, and like, even you can kind of see over here on the left, like right above me is all the like Kickstarter backend stuff. They have like graphs and everything that you can look and see, like where's your trajectory or whatever. So I was confident we would hit the 100 after the first conventional wisdom. Yeah. I was confident in 100 after the first maybe more like the first week. What's up, Brandon? All my favorite people are here. This is great. Back after hearing from Sly Flourish. Yes, Mike is the man. First Kickstarter. Ooh, that's cool. Josh, that's awesome. Congrats from Las Vegas. Yes. So, I mean, hit me with any questions if you have any questions about how all this stuff works. I'm gonna do that maybe. Here we go. Yeah. lost my train of thought. I'm just happy. This has been a really cool experience. So Michael, Night Noon Games, in the chat here, and you should go. So when we hit 100,000, Michael is doing the Shadow Dark conversion of Dragontown. So there'll be a totally separate, full book length PDF of Dragontown that is like kind of reworked a little bit to work extra well with Shadow Dark. But the actual book, I think you can still use for Shadow Dark just fine, and you'll just have to do some convert. Anyway, Michael, we met at Gen Con, and he asked me, did I say, yeah, everybody should go follow Night Noon Games, because Michael also has a great YouTube channel. But at Gen Con, he asked me what I hoped I forget what he said exactly. What I hope to get out of the Kickstarter. And I was kind of I hadn't really like thought about it in a way to answer that question, and my answer was I just want to kind of see if I can do it. So I've been making zines on my Patreon for a couple years now, and feel like really comfortable that every month I can make a cool tabletop role-playing game zine. And this Kickstarter was kind of like a new challenge to see, like, can I make a full book? And then once I started getting into actually like making the book, it became clear that if I was gonna like take on this challenge, I might as well take on seeing if I can make a box set too. And so that's where the box set came in, and it's just been a big, crazy journey. There's lots of things that are very similar about making this, than like similar to making zines on a monthly schedule and like shipping them. Of course, I haven't gotten to the shipping part of all of this yet, but you know, I kind of have the logistics set up and have a somewhat plan that I'm sure will change as we get closer to shipping and all of that. But yeah, there's so many parts to all this. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. The 110 stretch goal is the Forbidden Gemstone Mine. So this was brought up to me by somebody commented on the Kickstarter who had run the original Dragontown zine, and we're excited to go into the Shadespeare Mountain. There's a part in the in Dragontown, there is a blacksmith, Miranda and Emrys. So Emrys is her sentient hammer, and if the players kind of like do some things around Dragontown to like sort of save the day, and then they go to the blacksmith, Emrys, this hammer, will say like, hey, you guys look like heroes. I would love to make you a magic item, but I need some arcane gemstones to do that. And from the Shadespeare Mountains. And I believe it's like briefly mentioned. So then fast forward to chapter 4, the Shadespeare Mountain. It's briefly mentioned in here somewhere that there's some gemstones around somewhere. But I wanted to do a little add-on dungeon where the players could get more gemstones, magic gemstones, and it'll also like there'll be some void spawn trying to like eat these magic gemstones and stuff. But players can get gemstones, bring them back to Dragontown, and get magic items made. So all of the, let's see, we've unlocked five postcard dungeons now, and I wanted all of them to kind of really link back to everything in the adventure. So okay, let me see. Iron Wolf. Does the Nimble converter only coming with hardback books, or will it be digital copy? Yeah. Yep. So there'll be a digital version for sure. All of the postcards that were unlocked as stretch goals will come with the book, and they'll also come in the box set. So, and that includes the Nimble and 5e like conversion chart postcards as well. So digital, hardcover book, box set, everybody gets them. D&D homebrew helper, your first Kickstarter too. That makes me feel so good. That's awesome. That's really cool. Who is Gemstone? Why is he forbidden? Just backed? Yeah. Yes. Drawn again after 15 years. Maybe it was one of the other live streams. I feel like I got really into talking about how wonderful drawing is, and how like it can just be a hobby and doesn't have to. For some reason, we get so hung up on like drawing needing to be this like professional thing, and you have to be really good at it and all this stuff. And I just don't think drawing can be like playing video games. Or for me, something that was like very liberating was like deciding that I was just gonna like skateboard for fun, and it would just be like a fun thing, and not like stop worrying about like trying to get better at skateboarding. And that like, yeah, it just made skating more fun. And I think the same thing can be true about drawing. You know, if it doesn't have to be a job, you know, I mean, like obviously with all this drawing and writing and stuff for my job is amazing. But I think even if all this stuff wasn't going on, I would still be drawing for fun. Kids have their first characters ready. It's Dragontown or Phandelver for their first game. Either one's a good pick. I think Dragontown's a little more interesting than Phandelver, but I started DMing with Phandelver, so I think it's a good... I think Phandelver is great for, you know, if you want to give somebody a traditional... traditional D&D experience. Phandelver's great. But Dragontown, a little weirder, a little cooler, in my opinion. my completely biased opinion. Bryce, what's up? How's it going? Rich? Jake? How's everybody doing? Man, this is crazy. So it says there's 105 minutes to go. Wow. I'll be moving in March. Will I be able to change address? Yeah. So, Jason, what's going on, man? So this is the part that I'm not like, because I haven't gone through this experience. I've gone through it on the as someone who has backed many Kickstarters and has, I need to put this thing down. I've backed plenty of Kickstarters and used BackerKit to as a pledge manager and to get add-ons and to have my address in there and all that. But I haven't run one of those. So this is the part where I don't totally know how it's gonna go. But over the next couple of days, everything will shift over from Kickstarter into BackerKit. I'll set up a pledge manager and a late pledge kind of thing, it'll almost look like the Kickstarter. I think I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna do. I'm still questioning whether pre-orders will just go through my website. I don't know. That will be determined. But as far as if you back on Kickstarter now there will be a pledge manager where all of the digital stuff will get sent to you next month. You'll be able to kind of like link it to your account so you always have access to it. You'll be able to update your shipping address, add add-ons, subtract add-ons, change your stuff, all of that you'll be able to do. Evan, let's go through a chapter of the book. That might be a good idea. My plan was to kind of just hang out and talk with everybody. But if we get there, it'll take a little bit of setting up too. But doing Mouse Ritter, yeah. I think it would take some like converting, but I think Dragontown could be a cool Mouse Ritter campaign where it like change the dragon to a cat or something, and then make it small. Figure out a way that maybe it could still be on a magic apple farm, or like it takes place on an apple farm. I think that would be really cool. Can show us the dice and the coins. Yes. So the dice, I'll scroll down here. The dice and the coins. Let me try. So the dice, the magic apple dice are going to be, it's like the kind of same red Pantone color that I'm using, and a sort of like apple core impressions in the dice. And the coins, there'll be 1 gold, 1 silver. Heads and tails, D2, use them as a D2, use them as markers on the printout maps. AB Foe, thank you. Oh. I should say no worries if you can't participate. A big part of this campaign was like kind of paying for a print run. So, because the Kickstarter is done so well, I'm going to get a nice big print run, and I will have the books and the box sets available afterwards. Prices might change a little. The book price probably won't change, but I don't know. You're still gonna get the best deal on the Kickstarter, but I will definitely have these available. Cullen, what's up, man? Hey, dude. Came home and said my friends and I want to make D&D characters. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. I still think about we played Exalted with your brother. That I remember we did like a whole like stayed up all night, sleepover, and played Exalted at one time. Yeah, so Dragontown it's an entire campaign, but each chapter is a kind of unique location. So let me let's see if I can go to the maps. Yeah, so like each chapter is a unique location, and they kind of like lead into each other, or you can just pull them out. If one like speaks to you, you can just pull them out and run them as one shots. There's like little advice at the beginning of each chapter that explains like sort of like adventure hooks that, you know, reasons for your players to like want to go to this location. So it works great as one shots too. Just bought the Humblewood book. Yeah, those books always look so nice. I haven't really been buying 5e stuff much at all, so I've kind of passed over them, but maybe I should give the Humblewood stuff a look, because all the art and character stuff is really cool. Andrew, Gary. You can change your address up until a certain amount of time before the book ships, and then orders will be locked in. Yeah, so I'll sort of communicate the you know, when all of that is happening. Like I'll once the books arrive here, then there'll be a little bit of time before addresses get locked in and shipping is finalized and all that stuff. Let's see here. Greetings from Cincinnati, Mr. Jacane. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's still fun to read through and look at all the cool art and stuff. Like, a lot of weird ideas and stuff. So even if you don't play RPGs necessarily, I still think it's a fun read. Oh, you still have an original Suikoden character drawing. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's Flick Silverpin. Flick, his name comes from, I just stole it from Suikoden. My favorite character from Suikoden game. That's where Flick gets his first name. Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Philip. So running the first chapter is a LARP at your local system has been amazing. Easy to convert. Oh, hey, send me a message about that. I would love to hear about how that worked. You know, RPGs are right on the edge of LARP stuff, and I feel like there's LARPs that, you know, it kind of bleeds together a little bit, but I'm still so unsure about how all that stuff works. I'd love to hear kind of how you play, and then how you adapted Dragontown to that. That's amazing. What inspired the grayscale shading? Jacob, yeah, so that's kind of actually one of the challenges of this campaign. You know, because especially with the more like whimsical, fun artwork I do, I think color helps it. But at the same time, I wanted the same thing I was just talking about Phandelver. Like, I still wanted this adventure to feel kind of old school fantasy, you know, like playing old RPGs, like you can see in some of the maps and just some of like I just wanted it to feel old school, and to me that meant having the grayscale, just the black and white drawings. So yeah, I don't know. That's one thing that I'm gonna think about, like moving forward into future Flick Silver Pen stuff, is if I want to keep it grayscale, old school feeling, or if I want to go full color. I don't know. The tricky thing is, like, full color printing is obviously more expensive, but I don't want that to affect the decision. So like trying to keep that out of the decision making. But yeah, that's where my head's at least. I don't know why I keep going this way. Chandler, what's up, dude? Yes. Oh, sorry. Did I skip? Andrew just backed? Yes, dude. RPG is a great hobby for both playing and collecting. Yeah, I got plenty of books that I would love to play, but probably will not. Yeah. Scroll up. Let's see some numbers. 112. Insane. I'm going to keep saying that because it's what it is. It's insane. I don't think... I don't want to like harp on the numbers too much here, but I don't think that part of it has really like sunk in. For me yet. When we got to 1,000 backers, that felt really, really cool. And now that like it might have been last night, we got to 1,500 backers, and that feels insane and awesome. Like that's a number that's like, it's like getting into the like hard to like think about. Like, I mean, I guess I've been in rooms, like when you go to a convention or whatever, you're in rooms that have that many people in it, but it's like it just feels like a lot of people, you know what I mean? So, I'm really stoked on the number of backers. Like, that's very, very cool to me. Okay. I vote color. Yeah, I understand. Did I draw them in color and then... No. The Rich, it's everything's... The way I draw stuff is usually like a sketch. And you can kind of like... there's a couple videos on my YouTube channel where you can kind of see my process, but usually start really, really simple with basic shapes, and then do kind of like refine it until it's just the line art, like just the black line art. And then for all of this stuff, I am drawing in Photoshop, and then I do a separate layer that I just put at 25% opacity, and then still with black, then I just kind of shade it in. And so I guess if I really wanted it to be like feel real old school, it wouldn't have that gray layer. It would just be like black and white. But I do think it adds some of the dimension that adding color does. So yeah. What number? I mean, it's a lot of backs as the boxes to pack. Boxes to pack. It's a lot of boxes, yeah. I think, let's see here. Let's scroll down. 300 books. Wait, no, that's 300 digital. So 666 books. Okay, nobody else in the next hour and a half, nobody else get a book. Everybody get box sets or digital. Oh, that's awesome. So the man, this is kind of weird. Either way, it's not going to show up. So, yeah, 666 boxes with the book, 527 with the box sets, and then 33 people got everything, which is, I would have been stoked if one person did this. That's crazy. I guess technically though, there are people in this chat right now that have everything, which is pretty awesome. 113. Whoa. Whoa, man. That was fast. Dang. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up here. The K5K, my 6-year-old and I are going to love exploring Dragontown. Yes. Appreciate that. I love hearing that. Excited to get that one more postcard. Yep. Is there a stretch goal that I was most excited being reached? I really wanted the dice bag. It's not quite, the sample isn't quite there yet. Got to get the color and everything right, but it's going to be like kind of a little burlap sack. This isn't quite right, but a little burlap sack looking dice bag to hold your magic apples in. So I was excited about that one. And then honestly, it's all like production nerdiness stuff, but the GM screen upgrade. So I think I forgot to bring the other sample, but the printed sample, but having the like thick cardboard GM screen, and it just folds so nicely and fits into the box perfectly. That I was really excited about too. But I think all the one-shot dungeon postcards, I've written three of them: the Lunar Tower, the Vault under Netherhold, and the Sleepy Town of Barrowmere. I've written those, so those are all going to be really fun, like additions, easy additions to just drop into the game. Okay, let me. Trying to keep up with chat and make sure I'm seeing everything here. Yeah, the Crystal Cave, the Gemstone Mine, that will fit into, I mean, technically you could put it anywhere, any place underground, but specifically in the Shadespire Mountains. Actually, yeah, that's probably where I'll say it goes, but then yeah, it could work. It could just work anywhere underground, and like 2/3 of the adventure happens underground. So yeah, wow, roughly 563% funded. That's cool. I printed an 86-page booklet and the color doubled the price. Yeah, color printing is much more expensive. I'd love How to Draw like J.P. Couvert book. Buy that one day too. Well, they're one of the add-ons. This Monster Maker collection, Flick Silverpen's Guide to Drawing Monsters, will teach you that very thing. So there is a zine already like that about drawing monsters. And I plan on doing more. Oh, I scroll down a little bit. I plan on doing more. I don't know if it'll be what it'll be called exactly. Probably Flick Silverpen's Guide to Drawing Heroes, maybe, as like a kind of companion to drawing monsters. So I'll probably do another zine on Patreon, maybe in the next couple of months, about drawing heroes. So that should be a fun one. Jason, thank you. Matthias, what's up? Man, the scrolling on YouTube chat's kind of weird. I can close the panel. Oh, and that makes it look so much better. Thank you. Yeah, they recently just changed this. This little menu, and I didn't notice that. Yeah. Let's see. We can go. Let's keep it there, maybe. And then, oh, but then if we go back up, it doesn't matter. So cool. Helvector for the collection. Did I miss something? What's the 120 stretch goal? Yeah. So 120 stretch goal, which I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you about it in case, but at 120, so the GM screen is going to have just a little, like a little section of above ground encounters and a little section of below ground encounters, like random encounters, just in case you need an idea really quick. Real simple on the GM screen. So there's going to be those regardless. But then the 120 stretch goal will be an additional postcard. One side will be more above ground, and then the other side of the postcard will be more below ground. Random encounters to help fill out your adventures. Already have the additional zines, so didn't. Yeah, right. Yeah, Jason, like, man, you have everything already, man. I don't know if you even needed to back the project to begin with, because you've been here since the beginning, dude. 666 is gone. That's all right. I'll take more people getting the book than like having the meme number, you know. What's an aspect of the project that think took way more time and effort than many might realize? Ooh, Brandon. I mean, oh my gosh, the scrolling. So I mean, obviously, like the writing and the drawing and all that takes a long time. Editing and layout, it took me way longer than I thought to go back through and edit all this stuff together so it like really fits from chapter to chapter. Because originally these were printed as like 10 single zines, and then they've all been, I guess, 11, because Windsong Woods was like a little folded zine, but they're all combined, and a lot of work went into kind of like getting them all formatted, and it felt like I had to totally relay out the entire book. That's not really the case, but it felt like it. I made like something that took forever. All of the original zines, the type was what do they call it? It's now in the book everything is justified left, but in the original zines they were, I forget what it's called. I'm blanking on. It's like when you kind of like stretch out the spaces in between words so it makes like a perfect block. Like newspapers have the justification where it's like really neat columns and it like makes big columns of text easier to read. But these aren't really that big of columns, so it actually looks better to just justify it left. So like I went through and justified everything left, and then that like messed up a ton of layout stuff that I had to rework. And like, so that's one thing. I mean, going back and forth on the production of all this stuff, if it was just the book, it would be kind of no problem. But the box set production, and that's like one of the big lessons I learned in doing all this is like, I don't think it hurt the campaign in any way, but I would have liked to have had actual print samples of everything so I could like take pictures and instead of holding up a blank box, like have it printed in my hands so I could show you exactly what this thing is going to look like. But the back and forth with all of the little production details of the box and everything, really complicated. Because you don't think about it, but like, so this is like, here, I'll switch to this. So like, this is the inside of the box, right? So you have the typical things of like, what are the dimensions of the box that you have to figure out based on all the components. But then you have the cardboard inside, and then you can kind of see. Then you have the paper on the outside. And so I have to choose what kind of cardboard goes in here, what kind of paper goes over top, what kind of lamination goes on the paper, and then you also have the insert in the box. So like this is a piece of cardboard that like holds the stuff. This is gonna be printed. That's something like that would have been a cool production thing. Like there's gonna be a fun little surprise with this insert that I'm just gonna say is gonna be a cool surprise. Like I said, this isn't the final bag and everything, and like colors, and yeah, it's just the production side is a ton of back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire catch up on chat here. Jam Runner just backed. Yes. Love map making. Right on. Thank you. Jumpy Dan. Do I have a favorite Cincinnati style chili place? I am a vegetarian, so I've had Skyline once, like the vegetarian version, but according to friends around here, that doesn't really even count because there's beans in it. So I'm kind of I don't know about Cincinnati chili. I should do the art style exactly like the 1E Monster Manual. Yeah, Scott, right? I have thought about. Maybe one month I'll do a zine. I'll do a little Monster Manual zine and just do it like that. That would be kind of fun, actually. Just like, yeah, like even find some miniatures to inspire stuff like that. That stuff did originally would be super fun. Like the owlbear or whatever was like that little beat guy. Okay, is the 350 everything include all the books you have already written? Yeah, the 350 includes all of the add-on zines that are on the page now. So if we scroll down, zoop, zoop, zoop. So all of these add-ons, I think, if I remember right, there's 28 additional zines. So it includes all of these, including Starborg. So that's the everything. It's just like a way to like one click make it easier, I guess, if you're not worried about spending. Oh, whoops! I was back on my here. Yeah. Let me scroll. 113. Holy crap! Whoa. This is awesome, you guys. Okay. I'm actually going to scroll down here. So yeah, all of these add-ons, 28 extra zines are included in the everything reward tier. It's just like the extra, if you want to make it easy on yourself and just get everything, which is super cool. I can't believe that 33 people have done that. Okay, here we are. What is the first thing you put to paper? What started Dragontown? Oh, oh my gosh, I'm like way behind on chat. Jacob, okay. The first thing I did for Dragontown was, it was so long ago. It was inspired by running Lost Mines of Phandelver, which I talked about. Like I wanted to make a starting adventure. So the first 2 chapters in Dragontown, you could just run the first 2 and like have a starting adventure. The idea is, like classic D&D, you're level 1 heroes, you walk into town. No one thinks of you as, I'm talking about the players, right? Level 1 players, they walk into town. Nobody in the town thinks of you as a hero. But you play, you get your hands dirty, you like help the town, and you become heroic, right? And so that was kind of like the beginning inspiration of trying to make an adventure like that. And then from there, it's like, how do I twist things? Like, it's not about fighting the dragon at the end. It's about discovering what is happening with this dragon. And then from there, it was really fun to expand it out and make it into this truly heroic, like save the world kind of adventure that became like the rest of it. Josh, do you have a chapter of the book that you were most excited about writing? Not really. I'm bad at picking favorites on stuff. The thing that I did with each chapter is I wanted to make sure that each location felt really different. So it wasn't just like, oh, now you're in the mushroom cave or whatever. But I wanted it to feel like almost like a little design, like gameplay experiment in each chapter. So like the shape, like I explained, Dragontown is really like the we all start in the inn, and go on this adventure, and then like chapter Chapter 3 is the Windsong Woods, and that's like a hex crawl that like you're trying to like get to the center of the hex maps, but there's like it's like kind of randomized. And then the next chapter is Shadespeare Mountains. That's a point crawl. So like, what does that feel like? And then the next chapter is the Plumwax Kobolds, and so that's like a totally what is like a randomized dungeon, like randomized cave system with all these traps and crazy kobolds. What does that feel like? So each, I don't know that I have a favorite chapter because each of them are kind of different, and they're each doing different things in, I hope, fun ways. So happy being backer number 35. Right on. Yeah. You're back. You got backer number 1, dude. Right on, Jason. Yeah, you're the man, dude. Thank you. Yeah, the box set is going to be a cool additional stuff for sure. Autokern, yeah, that's, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, kerning's between letters. This is the space between words. I don't know, man. I'm bad at all the design jargon stuff. Am I doing all the packaging and shipping personally? Yeah, so part of this whole experience, 114. Whoa, this is crazy. What? Where are you people coming from? This is awesome. Part of the whole experience with this Kickstarter is to kind of like force me to figure out how to scale up and kind of like work through the logistics of figuring out shipping stuff that is bigger than a zine and all of that. So I am doing the shipping still. So we have 1,500 backers, and I mean, as I was planning this Kickstarter, I sort of had tiers of what I thought could happen, mostly based at looking at other people's Kickstarters. So I had, like, full transparency here, I had 3 levels of success, right? So level 1 was like it funds at $20,000 and it gets made. That one's super easy. I don't have to change anything to how I do anything. And that was like 3, I think I figured out that was like 300, around 300 backers. And that's like what, so on Patreon right now, I'm sending out like between 250 and 300 zines every month. So like at 20,000, that was, that's like nothing changes. And then we bump up, and my next level is like, okay, what happens if I get like 1,000 to 1,500 backers? Then I got to start thinking about, how, like, where are the pallets of these books and boxes gonna go, right? They might line up right behind me in the studio. So I like kind of have a plan for that and how it's gonna work. And at this stage, that's still like shipping out. So like usually it takes me like a full day. Like really the way I do it, it takes like 2 days. And that's just like the way I work. So I guess it should be how I think about it going forward. But usually it takes me like 2 days to ship out all the Patreon orders, right? Now, obviously, these are a little, like, the books and box sets are a little more complicated. It's not just stuffing an envelope But we're still talking like being able to fulfill this many orders in like a month's time. And so that I felt like I could do, and that was something that's really important to me, because even though I'm not like printing this stuff myself, I'm getting it printed by other people. When I was making mini comics, I used to make a big deal that I touched everything at every stage of the process. But now we are at a scale where I can't staple every book and print every book myself. So, so yeah, everything's printed, but I still feel like me shipping it to you is important. So I really wanted to hang on to that. And so we're kind of like bumping up against the top edge of that scale, where I'm going to try and tackle all of the shipping and fulfillment myself. Because I want to hold the book that you get in the mail in my hands, and I want to put it in the box and say thank you, and then send it to you. It's like as close as I can get to like actually handing you the book. It's just important to me, and so I wanted to try and hang on to it. And so right now we're at 1,500 backers, almost 1,600. So we're like kind of bumping right up to the scale of like me still being able to do this. And we'll see. It's all big experiment. It's gonna be interesting. I'm probably gonna make videos about it on the YouTube channel and like show the process, just so like people know what it's like. I think that'd be cool. Box set's gonna look real good on everybody's shelves. Yeah, I'm redoing the box set design a little bit. The original illustration I made, I love that the box, like the front of the box, doesn't have any words on it. It's just the dragon and the darkness below, like coming up. I think that's super cool. But then I want the title to look really good on the sides, so I'm kind of like redoing how the sides of the box are going to be. So that's kind of like a next step. So that's the next thing I got to do, is fix up the box. Doom, 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 doom. Not bad. Yeah, thanks, Jens. Someone who worked at Skyline is honestly just overrated meat sauce. You can get hurt around here saying stuff like that. Ordered a box set. Thank you, Eric. Excited to run with your kids. That's like my favorite thing to hear. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I'm like way far behind. Okay. I'm gonna try and like catch up here. Decided to add the zines. Thank you. I understand being hesitant. I understand. What's up, Lyric Gaming? Would you ever consider selling the zines in a box set in the future? I have thought about making a zine box. I'm still considering what that looks like. With this box set, I think the coolest thing to do is to take the insert out, and then there's plenty of space in the box for all of the zines. So that's probably what it's going to be. But I am going to look into, just because I'm making zines every month, I think it'd be cool to have. In my ideal world, I would love to have something that like is like lays flat, and then you can kind of like pop it out and it becomes a zine holder. So it'd be like easy to ship, and not like shipping a cardboard zine holder that can get crushed sounds kind of like a nightmare. So I'd love something that could lay flat and then like kind of whoop, pop out. So developing something like that is something that I'm interested in doing, but right now, probably not. I'm doing very, very good. In the last 48 hours, yeah. Yep. Danny, insane. Boom, 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 boom. Just went back and added Starborg and Teenage Mutant Tunnel Goons. Yeah. I'm really excited about how both of those turned out. Rich. Right on, dude. Thank you. Yeah, shipping. Congrats, thank you. Yeah, the everything tier is everything at this point. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can go to my website and see everything on there too. Carbo crates. Yeah, don't worry about missing out. If you decide later on you want the book will be around. Yeah. So 300. Yeah. So we're still under. Just got the 1,600 backers, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's still 1,300 packages that gotta go out. The 110 stretch goals, the gym mines. Yep. Zimmy Zim, yeah. That's exactly it. Can we add the zine after the Kickstarter closes? Yeah, so there will be a backer kit pledge manager. What's going to happen is emails will go out. You'll like kind of get into the pledge manager. So I don't know if that's how it works. Basically, I'm going to send out digital versions from BackerKit. And so you'll kind of like link your account or basically just like open the link in the email really, and then you'll have access to all of the digital stuff. So not all of the digital stuff will be available right away. But the book is going to be the right away thing. Like the minute the money clears or whatever. So probably like early mid next month, I will send out the PDF of the book. And then sort of as things go on, there'll be another batch where I think we're going to make like a Google form. So if you like spot any mistakes or anything, it's like, hey, let me know. So there'll be like one last revision as I'm getting everything ready and prepared to send to the printer. And then once I send everything to the printer, then there'll be another round of digital stuff. This isn't the question you asked, but I'm explaining the whole thing. So once I send everything to the printer, then there'll be one more big round of like a bunch of digital stuff. The Shadow Dark PDF will come later because that's going to take a lot of time to put together. And then all throughout that time, so then the book, the box, everything goes to production, and you have and then it gets shipped to me. That's going to take some time. you'll have all of that time to like change and manipulate whatever you want as far as book, box set, add-ons, all of that stuff. The Shadow Dark version isn't getting a print run right now. I mean, basically, that would be like that'd be like another $20,000, which I'm not gonna get into too much of how all of the money stuff works, but even though right now we're at 114, that doesn't mean there's actually another extra 20. So it's not there won't be right now there won't be once we get the PDF finished and maybe hear from people, see what the deal is, maybe down the road there's a way that gets printed, but right now the plan is just PDF. Because that's a whole nother thing, and that's what's so crazy about this as a stretch goal is like it's a whole nother book. Like there was a moment where we were gonna do the Shadow Dark conversion as just like my initial idea was it's just here are kind of the monsters converted and a few of the like magic item kind of stuff converted, so you could use the book, and you can still do this. You can still use the book, and then have the separate PDF with like stats and stuff. But now we kind of expanded it, and yeah. Yeah, check out Revive Skateboards. That's awesome. Steven, you made it. 53 minutes to go. Yeah, Professor Dungeon Master, that was really cool. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, boy. Okay, question. Ever concerned with catastrophic success? Yes. Yeah. So I was kind of explaining earlier, like, my levels of... So then catastrophic success, that's a funny term for it. But, yeah, so did have a friend of mine that runs a fulfillment place who I would work with to help fulfill things. So would definitely be able to handle that. But then that's on the West Coast, that gets into the like, then I'm not, I would get a few boxes of the books and box set in my house, but I wouldn't get the full shipment. I wouldn't be touching every book that gets mailed to you. It would be a friend, so that would be nice, but yeah, not quite the same experience. So video game would be awesome. Yeah. We did make the Shadow Dark. Yeah. There's always like even as much as this book has been looked over, I still have I have a whole spreadsheet of things that I need to fix in here. So I think it'll be a better book just to have people look at it and see if they spot anything. So You alone. Bum, 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 bum. One international, one. Yeah. Okay. So the international shipping. That's again, we're like right on the edge of it being being worth it. So there's there's two ways that it can go. There's a way where everything gets shipped to me, and then I ship something to an international distributor, or most of it gets shipped to me, and then some of it gets shipped to an international distributor from the printer. And then the international distributor takes a cut of everything that goes out. And basically where we are with the number of, this is just looking at EU stuff. So this kind of discounts Australia, New Zealand, it discounts South America, it discounts Canada. So this is just thinking, like looking at having an EU, Great Britain distributor. The cost of either of those scenarios, them shipping or me shipping, it doesn't end up, and then the distributor taking the cut, it ends up costing the same as people in the EU shipping from me. Does that make sense? So like we're like kind of like right at the break-even point where it's like basically the same. Maybe it would save a few dollars. I'm talking like $1 or $2 to do that, but then it's like the amount of work that I have to do and getting other people, it's just not worth it. So if we were in that catastrophic success range where there was just more people, I would absolutely do that in a heartbeat to save people money on the shipping, because I know it sucks. I know international shipping sucks. It sucks. I hate it. But it's just like what it costs. So, okay, let me catch up here. Maybe just fly to the warehouse on the West Coast for a week and help with the packaging. Yeah, but then it's like, why wouldn't I just do it here? You know, I can get some friends here to help me, right? Gonna run it with Cypher system? Right on, Ed. Yeah, dude. Scott, if you're still in here, my pal Scott is running a Cypher game right now that's really fun. My character's name is Flick Fatfoot. I'm a halfling. I forget what my class sentence or whatever is. But basically, Flick in this game can just get really big. Like, so he's a little 3 foot tall halfling that can now grow to 12 feet tall. Which is pretty fun. It's really fun. So yeah, basically my character is the Hulk without all of the like weird anger stuff and without being really smart Bruce Banner either. Just gets really big. And the last like combat thing we got ambushed by these bandits in an alleyway. The like main bandit person like tried to get away and like put up this wall of fire, and Flick just like stepped through the fire and 12 feet tall, stepped through the wall of fire, grabbed her and like threw the leader bandit back through the fire, and be like, yeah, stop these these bad bandits. Rich, okay, wait. Cipher system. Yeah, run it a few times. I think this is definitely runnable a few times. There's like random encounter stuff. There's enough going on that it's not going to be the same every time. That's for sure. Converted to Dungeon World, that should be no problem whatsoever. Really easy for that. Rich, you want to skateboard with a collage of my art. Definitely check out Revive Skateboards, because there's a lot of skateboards with my artwork on it. And I'm thinking about, I need to talk with the guys. I'm thinking about doing like a limited, getting a skateboard design like just for me that I can have in my shop. I think I want to do that. So that is something I probably will do relatively soon. I think if I can get a cool design together, probably some sort of like map with a cool dragon or something on it, like make it look old school. Probably get some boards in the shop. Michael, just pledge box set. Right on. Yes. Oh, you're trying to figure out if you can cluster German. I see. I don't know. That would like really confuse the backer kit, like back end stuff. I don't know how that would work. Yeah. USPS media mail. Yeah. So, I don't know with the postcards and stuff. I'll have to look into that. I don't love media mail because there's no tracking and stuff. And when, if it's just the zine, which the zines go letter mail and stuff, but when people have pledged the $40 and are going to have waited as long, I don't know if I love media mail. That would only be for the books. The box sets definitely can't go media mail, so it kind of ruins stuff. Right now, I have a spread of, where it's cheaper to go USPS, which is mostly the books, and box sets US Canada. We'll do that, and then UPS for box sets and stuff. It's going to get split up so it's as cheap and also as safe as possible. David, I'm getting behind again here. Thank you. Yes. Years in the making, and you know what? Thank you to all of my patrons too, because being able to make stuff on Patreon allows me to have a Kickstarter where the goal is only $20,000, but is only $20,000 because to print this stuff, basically like this Kickstarter, and this gets into what I think is like kind of bad about Kickstarter sometimes, is like this Kickstarter was not set up as a way to like pay me for the work I have done on this. In my head, I'm like, the Patreon has kind of paid me to do most of the work on this stuff. There's a lot of extra work too, I guess, but really that $20,000 actually is $23,000 to cover the printing of the book and the box set. And then like as it's grown, that of course has gotten bigger. That number has gotten bigger because now we're going to do a bigger print run, all of that stuff. But yeah, so this Kickstarter wasn't really set up to pay me. I mean, I guess now it has, which is super, super cool because it has been a lot of work. But yeah, does that make sense? I hope I'm not like upsetting anybody by saying that, but I feel like more Kickstarters should be set up in ways that make sure, and a lot of Kickstarters are, but make sure everybody is getting paid properly and stuff. But because it's just me, because I have this wonderful Patreon that keeps me going month to month, it's not like I'm depending on this to be a thing. So it's allowed I don't want to say more realistic. That's hopefully all that makes sense. Anyway, I'm very, very happy with the success. And I feel like there's 1,600 people and another bunch of patrons and friends and colleagues and a lot of people that I owe a lot of the success to, is what I'm trying to say. Index card RPG. Yeah, that's another one that would be super easy to just have this book, run index card. Really, really easy. Jason, I might hit you up. I got some other people, but once things start rolling, yeah, man. Boom, boom, boom. We Canadians understand international shipping blows. Yeah, dude. Yep. It sucks. Equal skateboards. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, box set, media mail. And I wonder with these postcards even, it could probably still be considered media mail. There's weird stuff with like, if it's considered a game, that's the dumb thing, is that like game is media, right? But if it's considered a game and not a book, that yeah. So I'm really hesitant to mess with media mail. I don't think it's going to happen. And again, it's just like the return aspect, or the like lost mail aspect of it is like announcement in February. Yeah, game writ. That's awesome. Yes. You'll definitely have the PDF before Christmas. Thank you, Steven. Chips and Solstice. I like that name. Thank you. GM the Windsong Woods with Tunnel Goons. Yeah, Tunnel Goons like literally the easiest to convert. There's no converting. You just decide what difficulty it is. Samwise Gamgee. Yeah. Perfect. Finley, I think, is the name of the... Oh, wait. No, you said store helper. General store helper. I was thinking the cook in the ugly mug. Boop. Quinn Sundries Market. Did you replace Quinn, or Quinn just had a helper? Whoops. Come back, light. Do you ever show your work or get booths at conventions? Yeah, I applied for Gen Con and didn't get in. Gen Con's a whole crazy thing. I used to do a lot of conventions with 1% Press, my my comics and record label. Sorry. brain slowly melting. And I love going to conventions. The way my monthly work schedule works, preparing for convention, I at some point I will do it. Probably Origins would be the one because I could drive. I don't know. I feel like I just like going to conventions and hanging out and meeting up with people instead of like trying to be there to like sell stuff. If that makes sense. So I want to go to more conventions, but I don't necessarily want to go to sell at more conventions. Dragontown 2. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to talk about Dragontown 2. Just join. But are the stuff in the box set going to be available for individual add-ons in the Pledge Manager? And Dizzle. We just hit 115. What's happening? That's awesome. That's awesome. We got 30 minutes left. Okay. I don't think the individual components inside the box set are going to be available separately. It really, really, really complicates shipping. Like really complicates shipping. And so I think for this one, since I'm handling it, it's my first one. I want to make sure that the stuff. My big thing is I want to make sure that with all the add-ons and stuff, I'm not adding too much extra work, so it delays the printing of this stuff. I want to make sure that all of this stuff gets made and back to me as quickly as possible, at the highest quality level, and then also is shipped out as quickly and as safely as possible. And so, yeah, adding the box set stuff separately, like individual pieces, really messes with. There's like some production things that like make it more complicated, and it's already very complicated. But then it's the fulfillment part that like really, it would delay things basically. So, this. I want to leave it open and say that it could change over the next few months as I get into the production and some of the backer kit back-end stuff. But most likely box set stuff is in the box. Okay. Love my art style. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. I hope, I just want to make like bunch of fun, weird little characters, Scott, Dragontown 2. So over the next couple of months on my Patreon, I am doing, and there's going to be other stuff in there just to like mix it up creatively so I don't get burnt out doing the same thing over and over again. But over the next few months, like this month on my Patreon, I'm doing Flick Silverpin's Guide to the Ravenwood. So it's the forest north of the Shadespeare Mountains. You can kind of see a little bit of it mentioned in the preview PDF on the page. So I'm going to make a little guide to that area. And then I don't know if this will be like November, December. I'm probably going to mix a few other things in there. But I also want to do Flick Silverpin's guide to the Troll Bog. So that one's going to happen for sure. And then maybe also Flick Silverpin's guide to the Sage Lakes. So those zines will kind of expand the area, the like immediate area outside of what's covered in the book. So Dragontown, Malamere Valley, Shadespeare Mountains, Windsong Woods. So that those areas will kind of like expand. And then while all that's going on, I have started work on my next campaign. And so that is, I think there's a video that's like a hex map drawing on my channel. You can kind of get a little preview. It's going to be like way more expanded now than what that hex map is. So that's going to change a lot. But the next kind of campaign, I don't know if it'll be 10 chapters or 12 chapters like Dragontown. If it'll be quite that long. But my next campaign, I'm going to start like play testing and running stuff for. It's inspired by the intercoastal waterways in Florida. So it'll be kind of like a coastal, like ocean, beach, intercoastal kind of area. And the adventure starts with, it's all about like the scarcity of fresh water in this area is kind of like the adventure hook. So that'll start happening, and all of that's going to happen on my Patreon. And if that becomes a book later on that gets kickstarted or just becomes a book, that'll be much, much later down the line. So those are the next, what's going on next. Campaign 2, yep. Tail, I don't know how to say your name the correct way, but thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thanks for staying up late. Doesn't, yeah, right? Doesn't, no booth at Gen Con? Yeah. Oh man, I'm way behind again. Just to help her, yeah. Nice. What if the darkness isn't stopped? Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff in the back of the book about that world of ruin kind of idea. That is a cool idea to do, like a totally separate zine. That is a cool idea. I mean, you know what would be really cool is if you ran a campaign of Dragontown, and your players, you know, they get all these magic items, they get all this stuff, and but they end up not stopping the darkness below, and the campaign ends. And then your next campaign, because the darkness below eats up all the magic and all the light and stuff, your next campaign you run like a low magic, you know, like no magic, shadow dark, you know, hold on to those torches, man. You know, like that would be pretty fun, actually. I don't know that I would do. Yeah, maybe like a zine or something. I don't know if I would do a full thing on that, but it's a cool idea. Retailing at a con is not fun to compared to everything else at a con. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I love the idea of having a central place that I can just hang out and see people. That seems really cool. But the logistics of like Gen Con is stupid expensive. It's and I think it actually, I mean, Gen Con is obviously bigger than tabletop role playing game stuff. But I think they really do a disservice. Like my experience at Gen Con this past year was it's super fun to get to see everybody and hang out, and all of that is really fun. But I think it's so prohibitively expensive, and I get it because it's so big, but there's just not, and this is coming from someone with a pretty narrow view of what I think is cool. I think people making books and zines and stuff themselves and is what's really cool, and that's what's missing from Gen Con, just because the of what it takes to get in and get a booth there. And I think the convention suffers for that, honestly. Go to Origins. Yeah, I'll be at Origins for sure. At least for a day. Yeah, I'll go to Origins every year. Yeah, gotta keep the boundaries. That's part of this experiment, right? Is keep making sure I can handle this project in a way that feels good and honest, and all of that stuff. Diego, what's going on? I need a Flick Silverpin guide to the Orc City and Shadespeare. Yeah. I don't know if it'll happen. But I should. I definitely want to do more orc stuff, because my ideas for orcs have grown since I've written Shadespeare. The local area zines are so exciting. Yeah, right? More of that stuff. The Troll Ball, yeah, I'm excited for the Troll. I'm excited for Ravenwood. It's going to be a fun. It's going to be a kind of different type of zine this month on Patreon than like the normal one shot. It's like a little more setting and a little less like the chapters in this book where it's like a straight, like, run it as a one-shot adventure. There's going to be at least one, maybe two little dungeon kind of thing. I say dungeons, but not really dungeons, but like two. Right now I'm thinking two. One for sure, maybe two in the Ravenwood zine. So those you could absolutely run as one-shots, but it'll be a little more setting, a little less like straight adventure than some of the other zines I've put out. So I'm kind of excited to like test that style out. Coastal Waterways. Yeah, personalize the city. Yeah. Patron School, man. I think I'm really proud of how much work goes into the Patreon, and I think we got a cool Discord community, which a lot of people in the chat are coming from, and yeah, I mean it's really fun to mail out zines every month, or you can just get the digital stuff if you only want digital. Didn't they call that Ravenloft? The Ravenwood. Although I did just, speaking of Patreon, I did just do a zine called Castle Gloom Shroud. That's kind of my version, my Castlevania-inspired version of Ravenloft. That came out last month, so waiting to get those back from the printer, and then those will get shipped out. If you sign up for the Patreon now, you can get the digital version of Castle Gloom Shroud. That was a fun one to put together. Roy, thank you. Thank you. Was I at Zine Cincinnati? No, I missed it. There was something going on when that was happening, and I couldn't go to it. But I definitely want to check out Zine Cincinnati. Yeah. Procrastinator backer 1620. Yeah, Diego. Appreciate all your support. Yeah, yep. +1, Michael. Yeah, +1. Tony's the man. Plus, everybody should check out +1 EXP. They have a zine club. I bet if you just Google like TTRPG Zine Club, it's another similar like. There's two different zines that you can get in the mail every month, almost every month. Really, really cool stuff, and it's by like a ton of different creators. I'll probably do a video about Zine Club at some point, kind of like feature a few of the cool zines that I've gotten over the months. 19 minutes to go. Yeah. Flick is a clumsy warrior that grows to towering heights. That's my cipher character. Clumsy warrior that grows to towering heights. Yeah, dude, awesome. 40% of your Dungeon Crawl Classics. I think that's my favorite. I love hearing that. That's kind of like my favorite way of hearing how people use this stuff is like, I'm just going to take like 25% of it and then I'm going to take 40% of it and then like put 60% of my own stuff on top. I love that. This is side point. Yes. Yeah. If you sign up for Patreon, sign up. I mean, you can, I shouldn't say this, but you can like rip me off and I'm cool with it, I guess. You can sign up for the hero tier, $6 on Patreon, and you have access to all of the everything. So all of those add-on zines, if you just want the digital version, just sign up for Patreon. That's the best way. Tony is the Mike Shea of the zine scene. Yeah. He's awesome. And the zine club's great. Yeah. Thoughts on solo play, either Dragontown or in general? Yeah, so solo play, Michael, Night Noon Games, the comment right above that one. Go check out on his channel. Scott, I love you, dude. Thank you so much. We gotta talk soon. I felt really bad that I missed jumping on last night. But yeah, right on, man. I appreciate you so much. What was I saying? Yeah, Night Noon Games. Yeah, right up there. Michael did a great video showing some solo play through one of the chapters, through chapter 6, using Shadow Dark. I think there's a couple ways you can kind of go about, like you can just go in blind, and like there's a couple of sections at the beginning of each chapter that, depending on how much you want to know about what's going on in the chapter, you like either skip over that section or not. But you can absolutely use Dragontown to play solo. Yeah, it's hard for me. Like honestly, it's hard for me as someone who's like only dabbled in a little bit of solo play stuff because I wrote this, and I wrote it in mind as a tool for DMs to be able to run this adventure as easily as possible. So that's kind of like how I approach the writing in this. So not necessarily from a solo play perspective. So and because I wrote it, I know what happens, and I know all the things that happen. So it's hard for me to kind of like step back and then step back again and kind of reframe in a mindset of playing it solo. I think it's 100% possible, doable. There's probably like little clunky things that happen just because it's not written specifically for that experience. I got there in the end. That's what I was trying to say. Matt, can't wait for the box set. It is an incredible feeling. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet. I mean, I keep saying it feels insane. Like I keep saying it feels insane because my brain feels a little broken, and it like hasn't sunk in. It's a lot of emotions, right? Yeah. 13 minutes left. Nathan, okay. Quickly, you're a complete newbie to RPGs. If you back this, is everything you need to play? So not technically. If you have a game that you like playing and you want to use this as an adventure, so if it's D&D or Shadow Dark, or you basically need the game. You need the rule set, and then once you have the rule set, then it's everything else you need. If that makes sense. I hope that's enough for you with 12 minutes left. But you don't, there's a lot of other games besides D&D where you don't need three giant books of D&D. You can play it with. There's a lot of cool zines out there that are free that work super good. Smaller games that are just one book that would work awesome. Free quick start versions of stuff. Yeah. Tunnel Goons. Yep. Nimble. Evan, if you're still... Yeah, Nimble. I think Nimble has a really good quick start. Yeah. Play with Morkborg. Morkborg works great. So many good games. So many good games. That's definitely considered like, oh, am I going to make, now that I'm like doing the book, am I going to make it for someday? And that's like the Shadow Dark expansion is like a cool little test to see what it's like to put together this adventure for. I mean, like Michael is doing pretty much all of the work, but like putting together an adventure for a game specifically. But I mean, just look at the list of all the games that everybody's just typed out in the chat. Like, it's there's so many good games. It's hard to like pin it down, you know? When you can play Knave or White Box or Mouse Ritter or Tunnel Goons or Shattered, like I want everybody to be able to play it, you know? So, and I think I'm really proud. A lot of back to that question that Brandon asked, like a lot of the work of getting this book ready was like really talking a lot with the editor Kenny about how to make it as cool of a system neutral. Blades in the Heart, another great one. Perils and Princesses, yep. But making it as useful as possible as a system neutral adventure. And so a lot of work went into making the cool system neutral stuff. Any part of the Kickstarter process that surprised me? Surprised. My brain might be a little fried for that question at the moment. I'm sure there is, and I'm sure there is. Right now, what I am feeling is the amount of promotion. I like learned so much, and maybe I'll do another live stream or something later on talking about what I learned from the process once I get a little further into the process too. But like the amount of promotion is crazy. Like I'm kind of ready to stop talking about it for a while if I'm being totally honest, just because of, you know, I feel like I'm beating people over the head with promotion, but at the same time, it also feels like I'm not doing enough promotion. It's this weird, that maybe that was kind of the surprise of this, is that kind of weird double experience that's happening. 1:16 with 8 minutes to go. Can't tell you how happy it is. Yeah. Thank you, Tim. I super appreciate that. Thank you. Love the system neutral approach. Yeah. I'm really happy with the system neutral aspect, you know, of it. I want this to be as useful for people as possible. I mean, that was something that wasn't a surprise for this Kickstarter, is trying to make something that I was really proud of and reflects the way I think about games, and even this Kickstarter, like thinking about the way I want to present games, you know, talking about that promotion and stuff, and like doing all this stuff the way I think. I don't want to say the way I think is the right way. It was the right way for me. It's been really important through all of this, and that's the experiment of this whole project, making the book, doing the Kickstarter. All of that is like really helped me figure out the way I want to do things and present work and all of that stuff. Not necessarily a surprise, but that's been the cool part of this learning experience. Yeah. Dumb down 5e to 7-year-old level. Yeah. That sounds awesome. Deserve a break. There's still lots to do. You gotta finish this stuff. I'm I should clarify. I'm getting a little tired of doing the like promo, like, hey, come look at my Kickstarter stuff. But I am not tired of like working on this. I'm excited to go make these stretch goals and get the box set fixed up just right and off to the printer and send everybody the PDF, and that part I'm ready for. Can't wait. There will be a little break in there over the next few days, and I got to get this Ravenwood zine done for my patrons. Yeah, thanks, Roy. Please keep us informed. Months and months go by. Yeah, I will at least do one update a month. And just the staggering of the 4 minutes to go. Just the staggering of how stuff is going to get released digitally. You're gonna get updates. It's not more than a month will go by without hearing some updates and stuff. And if you want more updates, the Patreon and the Discord server is really where every single thing that happens shows up on the Patreon Discord. And I'll be making videos about the process the whole way. Like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Okay, 3 minutes. And it's still going up. It's insane. I mean, really, I should just, like, thank you. Like, serious thank you. Like, I keep saying it. This is insane. It's been a really cool project. It's I'm really happy with where it's landed. I feel very proud that I've got to kind of make this thing how I want to make it. How well am I going to sleep tonight? We got friends coming into town tomorrow. So I got to like rush around and clean up. Like, I haven't cleaned up my office in like a month during all this. I like need to clean up. So like probably going to be up late cleaning up the house and getting ready for our friends to come into town. But no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Yeah. And just like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, 1,600 people. It's like it's a scale that's a little outside my realm of understanding right now. So, yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool. I really appreciate the support of everything, and I can't wait to like make this as cool as possible. Like, there's a little bit of work left to do. Oh, it just switched over to seconds. 115 seconds to go. Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. And Wizome, thank you. Travis, what's up, dude? Yeah, this is just really cool. Ed and RPG. Thanks, Michael. Yeah. This is sick. This is really awesome. PZ. It's got about a minute left. Here we are. I imagine the 120 postcard, the extra encounters and stuff will probably still happen once I get in there and start writing encounters for the back of the GM screen. That's all that's left to do for the back of the GM screen as well, actually. Yeah, thank you, everybody. More exciting than watching the ball drop at Why is the ball drop always so slow? Yeah. Just huge. Thank you, everybody. So cool. Here we go. This is the end of the campaign. Just gonna take it in here. Ooh, a little confetti. Right on. So I actually don't know what happens next with this. I know the page will kind of like switch over, and some people are a little delayed. Yeah, there it switched over. 1,638 backers. Wow. Sweet. That was really cool. Yeah, thank you, everybody. This is awesome. Really cool. Fled the country with it. Yeah. 581% funded. I like that. Yeah, so next steps in the next maybe later tonight I'll do an update, another thank you, and then I got to figure out how it works with the backer kit stuff. So there'll be like the backer kit stuff, and it'll be a couple weeks before the PDF goes out to everybody, but stay tuned. The PDF is ready to go. So it's like as soon as the logistic backend stuff of like pledges getting sorted out and emails getting to me and all of that stuff, then I'll be able to send out the PDF. So PDF's ready to go. You'll have it in your hands as soon as possible. Yeah. Go home and celebrate. That's the plan. Now the horrible wait to get the box set. Cass, yeah. It's the printing, printing and shipping takes a minute, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And I'll keep you updated on the progress. Hopefully I can get some at least some photos or something, maybe like some little short videos of stuff getting printed. That would be really cool. Yeah, and I'm gonna make videos about the process. Like there's gonna be some video of the pallets showing up wherever they show up. That's something I kind of have to figure out the logistics of once I can talk to the manufacturer and learn about, what is a 1,000 box sets and a couple thousand books. What does that look like in terms of pallets and stuff? I don't know. So it's going to be a journey. Man, this is cool. All right. I think the last day was the second biggest day. Yeah. Yeah, it was super cool. Probably a little bit of thanks to Professor Dungeon Master. Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks everybody. This makes me feel very enthusiastic. So we're gonna keep that going for sure. And man, I really appreciate everybody hanging out here. Should make a fort with all the boxes. Yeah. 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 Gonna have to make some trips. It's gonna be fun to figure out all of that stuff. So, okay. Yeah, I just everybody in the chat here, everybody that backed, man, thank you so much. This is like really crazy. I'm gonna there's a little bug flying on my light. Get out of here, man. Yeah, to the fort. Okay. I just want to like keep saying thank you over and over again because of how wild this is. So I think I'm gonna call it here, and just like infinite thank yous to everyone. Thank you, Chandler, Jason, Bryce, JC, Jens. Every box gets a kiss before they ship. I don't know about that, but every box will get a high five on the way out. Yeah. Right on. Okay. Thanks, dudes. This was really, really cool. I really appreciate you all hanging out at the end of this live stream to kind of celebrate the campaign. Super awesome. Yeah. Thank you. 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 Thank you.